Have you ever wondered why negativity or less meaningful topics get more attention from people than positivity and topics of value? It's a question that's been asked time and again, and today we're going to delve into the intriguing reasons behind this. Firstly, there's an interesting concept called negativity bias, deeply rooted in our evolutionary history. Essentially, our brains are hardwired to prioritize and process negative information more intensely than positive information. Picture our ancestors, for whom paying attention to threats and dangers could mean the difference between life and death. In that context, it makes sense that our brains would allocate more resources to process negative events as they hold higher potential consequences. But it's not just about our evolutionary past. Psychological factors also play a part. Negative emotions like anger, fear, and sadness tend to pack a more intense punch than their positive counterparts such as joy, contentment, and love. This intensity can make negative news, gossip, and conflict more engaging and memorable. We also learn about the world through observing others' reactions. If people react strongly to negative events, we're more likely to pay attention to them, thinking they must be important. This can create a self-fulfilling loop where negativity gets amplified through shared attention. Then we have algorithmic biases. In the digital age, online platforms and their algorithms often prioritize content that attracts clicks and engagement. Negatively charged headlines, sensationalized stories, and controversy frequently generate more clicks than neutral or positive content, creating a feedback loop where negativity gets promoted further. There are additional factors too. Negative information can be more novel and unexpected than positive information, which can pique our curiosity and draw our attention. Moreover, sharing negative experiences and complaining can be a way to connect with others and build social bonds. However, it's vital to note that this trend towards negativity isn't inevitable. We have the power to be conscious of the negativity bias and actively seek out and support positive and meaningful content. So, let's delve deeper into these reasons. First off, our evolutionary roots. Our brains seem to be hardwired with a negativity bias. This intriguing quirk of our minds essentially means that we're more likely to prioritize and process negative information over positive. Why, you may ask? The answer likely lies in our evolutionary past. Picture our ancestors living in times when noticing threats and dangers could be a matter of life or death. Negative events with their higher potential consequences demanded more attention, more processing power. The brain, being the efficient operator it is, allocated more resources to these potential threats. Imagine being in the wild. A rustle in the bushes could mean a predator lurking, a threat to survival. This attention to potential danger became ingrained in our psyche over thousands of years. So, even in today's relatively safer world, our brains still react more intensely to negativity. That's how our ancestors survived. But what about our emotions? Negative emotions like anger, fear, and sadness tend to be more intense and attention-grabbing than positive ones. These powerful feelings can make negative news, gossip, and conflict seem more engaging and memorable, creating a sort of magnetism that draws us in. Now, consider the concept of social learning. We humans, by nature, observe and learn from the reactions of others. If people react strongly to negative events, we tend to pay attention, assuming they must be important. This can create a snowball effect where negativity gets amplified through shared attention. It's like a ripple effect in a pond, where one small splash can create waves that reach far and wide. So these psychological factors, our intense negative emotions, and our propensity for social learning, can often make negativity seem larger than life. Our emotions and social learning play a big role. But what about the algorithms that shape our online experiences? Online platforms and algorithms often prioritize content that attracts clicks and engagement. Now, what does this mean? Well, it's simple. Negatively charged headlines, sensationalized stories, and controversies are like catnip for our attention. They frequently generate more clicks than neutral or positive content. This results in a feedback loop where negativity gets amplified and promoted further. But why do we click on these stories? Here's where confirmation bias comes into play. This is our tendency to seek out and favor information that confirms our existing beliefs. So, if we're anxious or fearful about something, we're more likely to click on news that reinforces those feelings. This algorithmic bias towards negativity can make our online world seem more dire than it truly is. However, our online experiences can fuel negativity. But there's more to it. like novelty and social bonding. Negative information can be more novel and unexpected than positive information, which can pique our curiosity and draw our attention. We are often drawn to the unusual, the dramatic, the shocking, and the controversial. These elements can sometimes be found in negative news and events, making them seem more intriguing and attention-grabbing than the positive and ordinary. Social bonding also plays a role in the attention given to negativity. Sharing negative experiences or complaints can unite people, providing a common ground for empathy and understanding. It's a way of connecting, of saying, "I've been there too." This can make negativity seem more appealing, as it can serve as a tool for building relationships and social bonds. However, it's crucial to remember that we have the power to counteract this tendency towards negativity. We can make conscious efforts to seek out and support positive and meaningful content. It starts with being mindful of what we consume. We can limit our exposure to negative media, especially during times when we may be more susceptible to its effects, such as before bed or during stressful periods. Instead, we can seek out positive news sources and stories that focus on solutions and progress. Practicing gratitude can also help shift our focus towards positivity. By regularly reflecting on the good things in our lives, even the small ones, we can counterbalance the negativity bias. Moreover, we can engage in meaningful conversations with those around us. We can discuss important topics and issues that matter to us, share positive experiences, and spread stories of hope and inspiration. Being aware of the power of negativity and making conscious choices can help us cultivate a more balanced and positive perspective on the world. While negativity may often get the spotlight, it isn't the only thing that matters. By taking active steps, we can shift the focus to spotlight positivity and value too. So remember, negativity often gets the spotlight, but by being aware of its power and making conscious choices, we can cultivate a more balanced and positive perspective on the world.